Everybody, gather round, get your children, clutch your purses. Here it comes. Jeremy's back again with another review of Zyuohger toys. Yes, the Sixth Ranger has arrived. Zyuoh the World, as they call him, or if you're Japanese or you just really like to talk like you're Japanese because you're a super weeb, Zyuoh the World, I guess. But yeah, so this is his morpher, and I'm going to preface this by I just want to get this out of the way. People, this is a morpher. This is a changer. This is a transformation device. This is not a henshin device. Do not say the word henshin at random in the middle of your sentences. You sound like a crazy weeb. It means transformation. So just use that word or some derivation of it. Use an actual English word. Don't say you're going to henshin. Don't say this is my henshin device. Let's go henshin. All this nonsense. I understand you like Beautiful Joe. That's great. But stop it. Just stop it. Sorry, that was my rant for the day. Anyway, as you can see, the device actually departs a little bit from the typical Zyuohger stuff, as in, while it has a cube in it, it is more of an actual item that isn't just, you know, a big block. It's a flashlight. As you can see, it's called Zyuoh the Light, right there. And on the top of the box, you can see the 3 different animals. He changes like the regular Rangers, but he has 3 tiers, gold, silver, and black, for the wolf, crocodile, and rhino. That's his big gimmick, and his face plates change as well to go along with that. And coming soon, you will see on the back, you will see his mecha. He's got the wolf and the crocodile are the same size, you know, as the regular mecha, but then there's also a very large rhino that will take up most of the bulk of the figure. And all of these toys should be out soon. I believe the first 2 cubes are out like next week, and the rhino comes out closer to the end of the month. So we will be having a couple more reviews soon. And before you ask, Zyuoh the Rod, which is like a fishing pole that's like his gun, sword, whatever. I'm not going to be reviewing that. I'm not going to purchase it. I'm the type of person who, when it comes to Sentai, I purchase mecha and I purchase morphers. That's pretty much it for me. The only time I purchase other stuff, like the weapons and belts or anything like that stuff, is when there's a collectible. You know, because a lot of times what they'll do is they'll be like, oh, there's 23 Judenshi, but the only way to get this specific one is to buy the belt that you would never buy for any other reason, so you have to buy it. Because I want to collect them all. But since there's no gimmick this year, I don't need to buy any of that stuff. So, good for me. That's one bonus for you, Zyuohger. I will say that right now. Let's see him inside. You see him with the light. And then you see him with the animals. The animal symbols right there. Then we will cut into this bad boy and see what we have. I like to do my unboxings live as opposed to like having already gotten it all out and figured out how to do everything. I kind of like just giving you that same experience that I have. Because, you know, there's a lot of fumbling trying to figure out exactly what's going on since I don't speak Japanese. I may have gone over this stuff before, but I don't know. It's fun to say. Alright, I will need some batteries. And I will get to that in a second. First up is a little figure of him. This is a nice little thing they've included with the main morpher. There were 5 little figures. If you haven't seen that review, please go back and check that one out a few months ago. But there were 5 figures for the 5 Rangers, so there's one for him as well. Cute little figure. Just a nice little bonus, you know. It's not really necessary. It doesn't really do much, but it's just a fun little thing to have. And here we go. First thing I'll say, it's a good size. I mean, even with an adult hand, it mostly fits around here, which is good. You know, you're not necessarily, a lot of times the weapons are smaller, and even if it is the morpher, just the handle, you'd get a smaller weapon, but not the case here. Hold on. I need a screwdriver. Again, the magics magic behind Jeremy's one cut video. Why would you edit anything? Editing is stupid. Editing is for people who have talent. I don't have talent. I just sit around on YouTube talking about toys and ranting about Power Rangers seasons. You know how I work. Who needs any of that? So. Aha. La-dee, la-da, la-dee, la-da. I did have the batteries handy, so that's one thing I did right. So give me points for that. 2 AAA batteries, what you'll need. Very simple. And there we go. Have what we need there. Pop that aside, and here we go. There's the on button down there. Cool, nice little noise. And I know from watching this week's episode, really pretty much everything is controlled with this button. All the different sounds that he has are mostly based on hitting the button once, twice, or 3 times to get to the morphine or calling the Zord, stuff like that. Because it's three basic functions. It's morphing, getting your cubes, and then actually combining into a Megazord. Mecha, Robo, whatever. So let's try this. And as you can see there, you can see there how the image changes based on which of his 3 animals you're on. And you can tell which one you're on because right here is the red line that turns into an arrow. So whichever one it's pointing at, that's the one you're on. I'll see they get you with a little noise at the end. And one more. So we've done crocodile, rhino, and wolf, and then there is also a symbol for all 3 combined. Let's check that one out. So that's just generic there for all of them combined. And the really cool thing, I assume you've noticed this, but I'll point it out, is the headpiece actually has all 3 animals there. See, you have your black, kind of a gunmetal really, but black for the rhino. You got the gold there for the crocodile, and you got the silver there for the wolf. So that's a cool little addition to differentiate. And I like how the little symbol actually shows up here when you're using it. Like, it actually kind of is like a working flashlight, you know? I mean, it emits a light. It's not a very powerful light. Obviously, you wouldn't use this as an actual flashlight, but it's a cool little thing. So that's what happens when you hit the button once. Now let's try hitting it twice. So if you double hit it to start it, and then you select one, and then hit it once again, it'll just summon the cube itself. And I like the individual animal noises too, very cool. I know it's a tractor trailer, but that sounded like a motorcycle and then just some crazy car honk. I guess that's tractor trailer? All three? Okay, that's that is getting them all together. And then according to this, for hitting it 3 times, you really only need to turn it once because you're just combining them all. Oops. Never mind. Did that one again. But no, so I will hit it 3 times and then we will do the combination. And then you pick the symbol for all of them. So that counted off 9, 7, 8, or I don't know what order they put them in there, but I think, I think they went 9, 7, 8, or 9, 8, 7, and put all 3 of them together. So it's the same sort of sounds as the regular morpher. It's just specific sounds for him and his cubes. But it's a very, very cool thing. Let me just take one last check to make sure there's anything else here. I don't see anything else here. Maybe there's a hold. Sometimes morphers have a hold feature. What? Shark and then mole. Tiger? Okay, I have no idea what that voice just said at the end, because I don't speak Japanese. But I guess that was kind of like a game feature that sometimes these morphers have. I remember in the Go Busters one, if you kept turning it, it would kind of be like a game where it would tell you to keep turning it and stuff like that. So it said search, and it sounded like kind of had like some Safari noises. So I'm guessing basically what it is if you hold the button down to activate it, it's like a search feature, and then you just hit the button and it'll like randomly have one of the animals that exists in this line, the 9 that we've seen so far. Well, plus the exclamation point ones, those 3. They'll just pop up and it'll just make their noises too. So that's just kind of like a fun little bonus feature, I guess. I figured there was something like that because, as you can see here, I don't know what it says, but beyond 1, 2, and 3, there was something down here. And since holding the button sometimes tends to work, I guess that's what that was. So that was a cool little extra dealy. Very, very nice. Oh, and you know what? If you look on the back, right here, it shows 2 summoning the cubes. It shows 3 combining them. And then it has some other text here, which I assume means hold. And then it has pictures of some of the other mecha. So it does tell you that kind of back. You can figure it out on your own. But yeah, you know what I gotta say about this is I actually really, really enjoy this. The thing that people might not necessarily realize is that a lot of 6th Ranger morphers in recent years have not been that great. One of the big problems is that, let's say there's a gimmick. A lot of times the gimmick is built into the morpher itself, or it's into the collectibles, and for whatever reason, the 6th Ranger morpher doesn't really utilize them as much. Like in Gokaiger, it didn't really scan the keys. The only keys that it really had access to were all the 6th Ranger ones. So it couldn't make any cool noises for all these old past teams. It was very limited. Same thing with like the Burger Morpher last year. it didn't really, like, it was just a very basic thing. They just hit a couple of buttons, so it didn't really do anything special. You know, a lot of times, and Tara Gordon, sorry, whatever they say, for Zyuohger, not Zyuohger, Kyoryu Gold. It did not read any of the batteries. It never read them. It literally just hit the button. And it only, so whatever battery you put in there, it was going to give you the noises for the 6-Ranger stuff. The noises were built in, and that was the only, they were baked in, that's the only ones that had them. So to see this, it's got very nice heft. It's a very solid thing. It's, you know, it's unconventional, but I tend to like newer ideas. You know, people complain about cell phones all the time, blah, 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 all these different types of morphers we've seen before. So to see something new is very cool. Yes, it's unconventional, very odd, but I like that they tried something new. And they still managed to incorporate the cube gimmick without making it too obtrusive and making it force them to make something simplified. So I honestly really like this morpher, and I would say I like this better than the regular morpher. The noises are louder, because the regular morpher's big problem is that the noises aren't really super loud. I love the fact that it has the flashlight features, and the surge feature is a very cool addition too. I think it's just a fun deal to have, you know, just a handheld morpher like that. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I would say that if you're someone who might just collect morphers, and you're on the fence, maybe just get the regular ones, I think this is a very good addition to your collection. I think it's a very cool, unique item to have. And this is definitely one that I'm going to be messing around with for a while now. I think it's a very neat thing. I also like the design overall of Zyuoh the World. It's a little weird, admittedly, but I love the face changing. And, you know, again, I just love the gimmick morpher. The only thing I would go against would be the rod that he has, that big yellow rod. It looks ugly. It doesn't even fit his color scheme, but that's a different thing entirely. So yeah, that is my review of Zyuoh the Light, as they like to refer to it. If you like this review, please like this video, leave a comment. If you have any questions about this that I might not have answered for you, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And share this, you know, with any friends you have out there, anybody you think might enjoy this sort of review. And I will see you soon with some more unboxing videos, some more of my countdown. And I will definitely be having a couple more Zyuoh the World specific reviews coming very, very soon. Thank you very much. I will see you later. Captain Subpar out!